It started January 7th with the worst headache I've ever had in my life. And then I stayed home, thought it was just a normal cold crud. Ended up just gradually slipping worse and worse. January 10th, I had to be tested. I tested positive for COVID that week. I started getting really bad. I went to the emergency room on that Thursday, and then basically was told to go home. Till Sunday, it was so bad that the ambulance got called. I couldn't breathe, basically. Got rushed to the emergency room, then transferred to the COVID unit in Sanford. And then I was basically on 8 to 10 liters of oxygen the whole time I was in there. And they gradually just kept weaning it down and down and down. But I was in there for over a month before I got released. Once I was released, I was at home with a portable oxygen machine on my side. 2 liters of oxygen, and I wore that a lot. Basically, I decided to go to the chamber because I had seen a news article on it. Another long-haul COVID patient had had success with migraines and shortness of breath. And basically, I was on 2 liters of oxygen from the time I was released from the hospital until I started the chamber. And then I also saw an advertisement to give a seminar on it at the Avalon, and I went to that, and after hearing that, I decided to try it and see if it would work for me. Well, the very first one after I went to the seminar that they had was just the trial one, and I noticed that I could breathe a little bit better. It didn't last, but I noticed I could breathe better for quite a few hours after I had had the treatment. So I'm like, well, if I can do that off of that short one-time deal, let's try it some more. So the doctor originally figured I'd need 20 treatments. I went and bought a 6-dive package at first. And after, I'd say the second or third, I could notice I could go longer and longer without oxygen, but I didn't need to go in with the oxygen anymore. I could walk into the facility by myself, or the very first day, I had to go in with the oxygen all the way up till I went to lay down into the chamber. After the 4th or 5th one, I was basically breathing without the machine. The 6th one, I was still doing good, and I'm still going on occasion because I still have a lingering heart deal where my heart rate races. So I'm still going for that, and then I'm also doing the Hockett treatments too. The biggest thing was the oxygen, not being able to breathe. I couldn't walk to the car and I'd be out of breath. And I live in a split level home. I couldn't do the first part of the stairs without needing to be on an oxygen machine. And that was my biggest thing, is they kept telling me from the doctor in the hospital that it would just take time. Well, I hit a point where nothing was changing, and I knew I had to do something to try and get better because time just wasn't in the cards. You got to get back to work. And that's, like I said, when I saw the thing, and I'm like, I'm going to try that, see if that works. And I'm amazed at how well it worked.